Hello, in the video. Today we're going to take a look at a very nice team here around the Shadow Golduck. I want to say Psyduck, but that's a pre-evolution, of course. We have the Shadow Golduck here. This is actually a rank 1 version, but for the Ultra League. So yeah, for Great League it doesn't really hit close to 1500 CP, but for the Ultra League this would be a Shadow rank 1 version, which I am definitely going to build someday, because this Pokemon actually is pretty versatile. This thing has access to Cross Chop, as you can see here, and also the Synchro Noise, which is kind of cool. Otherwise also would have Confusion as a quick move, which wouldn't be Stab sadly, while it's only a normal water type by Ferrothorn. Also, like, yeah, in general, Ice Beam as well as a coverage move there, which would be also cool. Like, this thing has a lot of potential to play around with. And in this specific meta, I'm definitely thinking that I should have went into the Golduck here against this Lycanroc as well, but like in general, definitely want to run the Water Gun, because Water Gun gonna be able to have A, stab, B, gonna hit like stuff like Registeel way more harder, and C, like in general, also like generates the same amount of energy, I think. So you should be fine going for the Water Gun, having a lot of potential to threaten some Pokemon here. And even if like Confusion would be neutral against stuff like Pelipper, I think even Water Gun is adding up more over time. I really enjoy high damage fast moves that are one turn, like here for example the Water Gun. So in my opinion it's the better version. My opponent tried to snipe me there after the debuff, but that didn't work out. We swapped into our Registeel immediately as well, and at this point of time they just decide to surrender, as the Ludicolo wouldn't have been able to do anything against me. We see next up Pelipper in the lead, definitely good for us. Usually you kind of want to get this Pokemon out of the way with your Golduck, but sometimes Lucario can be a little bit tricky to deal with this team, especially if you don't get to 2 Hydro Cannon, but usually you should be able to take 1 Power Punch here and still get to 2 Hydro Cannons, which is nice, as you're now going to be able to get a shield advantage, a double shield advantage, which is amazing. You already put him below half health, and now you can definitely try to farm down with the Water Gun. Water Gun damage gonna add up. They're gonna go ahead and go for the Power Punch. Maybe I shouldn't have shielded this, but like if they went for Shadow Ball, this game would have been over already. And now I can let this move go through, but this was maybe, no, that was the correct decision. I still have 1 move stored here, which you can take, and we see the Escavalier coming in against us. So we go straight for the Zap Cannon, not trying to debuff my opponent's attack, and they can only go for the counter and run here. But I'm just gonna go ahead and let this go, and it's an Acid Spray. This was basically their only play to win this game, I think, anyway. Maybe, I don't know. I think I maybe also would have won otherwise, I don't know. But like this, we can just nuke this Pelipper and bye-bye Pelipper. This team actually worked out really well. Like, I went positive this day, definitely with this team, which was nice. I had some amazing gameplay with this in general. I don't know which games are really in here. I played an entire day with this team and definitely worked out. Of course, you have the lame core of the Shadow Swampert plus the Registeel. I know that for sure as well. But still, it was a fun team to play around with, and I had a lot of success with this. While we see the Ferrothorn coming in here, think he's gonna try to go for 1 Thunder. Does he go for the 1 Thunder? They definitely go for that. Actually gonna swap out into my Swampert. Going to a Swampert against Grass type is kind of hilarious, but it doesn't really matter too much for us, because we're gonna be able to now go for some Earthquakes. This was way too fast. It's gonna be a Bubble Beam, and this Earthquake gonna go through. And if you keep shields for your Golduck, you know what's gonna happen anyway. Like, the Golduck has so much potential to threaten Pokemon with the fast move damage of Water Gun, and it's such a cool Pokemon. We see the Escavalier in the back coming in here. We have some nice lag there. This is gonna take for a long time. Game is on point, but we still gonna be able to get to the Hydro Cannon. We would have also got to the Earthquake here thanks to lag, but of course I didn't know this. We connection, we get the final shield, and we see that we can go to our Golduck, and my opponent just decides to surrender. I think 1 Cross Chop would have been enough. Having Cross Chop on this thing is amazing, like literally the best thing that you can have there. I should be a little bit better against the Registeel and go straight into my Swampert, but like this I try to get a shield and go now into my Swampert. I should be able to take 1 move here, and they go for the Focus Blast. I am gonna be able to take 1 move, and I should be able to still get to like some Earthquakes here. And do they want to go 2 shields down, or do they want to let this go? They want to let this go. Means we can realign our Pokemon. They get some farm here on which Pokemon on their Azumarill. We can still get to 1 Hydro Cannon, which puts them into the range for 1 what's it called? 1 Zap Cannon, I think. But I think I make a mistake here. I'm pretty sure. Yep, I swap out immediately. I should have went ahead and tried to get to another move there. But I now decide to shield the power punches, but they do too much damage, I think, here, which means that I don't really have a chance of KOing this thing, if I'm not wrong. I don't know. I have to shield up here, I have to try to get to another move. I don't know if we can get there. They go for the power punch, we not gonna be able to get there. And this is gonna lose us the game. I should have stayed in earlier, I should have tried to then get to the power punch. This was all a little bit of a mistake, because now my opponent gonna be able to counter sweep me with the Lucario, which is always a bigger problem in this kind of meta right now. Also, we had good battle day already now. I think I said like last video it would be on Sunday, but it was actually on Saturday. So hopefully your Go Battle Day was better, like in general good. Like my Go Battle Day wasn't yet for when I recorded. For me right now it's the Friday, as we're gonna be able to hit this Hydro Cannon KOing the Escavalier, and we're gonna see my opponent going back into their Jellicent, which of course doesn't really want to face this Earthquake. This Earthquake gonna go through and it's gonna hit and it's gonna put it into like 20% health range, but they can farm me down, which is of course a little bit annoying as they go into their Swampert. I hope that they let this move go. No, actually I hope that they shield this move. Yeah, they do. Good thing. Nice bait. And we can go into our Golduck here, which gonna shield up the Sludge Wave, which is interesting, because it's not gonna do as much as an Earthquake, which is nice. And we can go for some cross chops here, which gonna do some nice damage, but they decide to shield. Can we survive this move from the Swampert after the debuff? We will be able to survive this only because of the debuff, and we're gonna be able to go for one cross chop here, KOing the Swampert. Good game to my opponent. We see the Jellicent coming in here, and I think we're at least fine here, or are we? My opponent still can get to a move here. This move can come through, it's gonna be a Shadow Ball, they can still get to another Shadow Ball here. Now does this KO me? Is he gonna reverse sweep me? He is not gonna reverse sweep me. I can go for the lock on down, winning us the game here. Next up, we're gonna have the Morwale in the lead. Against Morwale, I always kind of stay in for a little bit, go for one move. We're gonna be a little bit below half health after this matchup, but we're gonna be able to get a shield from my opponent. And having two water types in the back gonna allow me to now swap out anyway. The Registeel doesn't need that much health anyway, and we can just now swap into the Golduck, and we see the Ferrothorn coming in. Thing with Ferrothorn, do they know that we have cross chop? Who knows? We will see. They didn't shield this one at least, and we're gonna be able to shield up this Power Whip. And because my opponent didn't shield the first move, you're gonna see what's gonna happen now. We can go for one more cross chop. We're gonna get the shield from my opponent. We see him P-tied here, but now we can actually farm down my opponent here, which is amazing. Water gun down the entire way, and Golduck wins back switch advantage against the Ferrothorn, which is kind of hilarious, as we can also KO the Morwale, as we see the Jellicent coming in here against us. We can go for one Synchronize, putting him at like half health. We're gonna try to get to a move here against this Pokemon. I think we still survive one Shadow Ball at least. We do, but they can farm us down. It's gonna come down to the wire. We get the debuff here at least. Are we actually still gonna be able to win this game? It's actually gonna be close. I don't know. I think we should be though. We're gonna wait out the clock. Maybe we have to catch later on. I don't know yet. They're gonna deny me, and at this point I know that they just barely got to the Shadow Ball, so they need 4 more turns, or like 4 hexes, and we will be able to get to the Earthquake like 2 turns before they got to the next Shadow Ball, winning us the game. Good game, opponent. And next up, we're gonna have the Registeel against a Pelipper. A very nice matchup for us here, as they're gonna go into a Ferrothorn. This is not an answer, my dude. Definitely not an answer, but actually this matchup is closer than I thought it would be, as we're gonna see here that I can try to lock on him down, which is good for me, but they can go for some Thunders, and Thunders did more damage than I expected that would do. Maybe I should try to swap out into my Golduck and try to farm down with Water Gun, as it does more damage than lock on. I don't know, at least I can farm all the way down. We see the Pelipper coming in here again. What do they have in the back that they're so weak against a Registeel? I don't know. Can we get an, like, can we let this move go through and still, we're gonna shield this up. We're just gonna shield this up. They go for the Weather Ball, we can go for one more Zapkin, and we're gonna have him double debuffed now. And we're gonna try to align our Pelipper, the Pelipper against our Golduck after them KOing us here. And I hope that they have something in the back which we can deal with. And they have a Registeel in the back, and we have our Swampert, of course. What are we gonna do now? We're gonna let this move go through. We know already that we survive one Focus Blast, and we're just gonna build up to 100 energy, trying to get as much lock-on damage on us so my opponent doesn't get as much energy anymore from us, and we still should be able to go for one Hydro Cannon, as you need one more quick move to go for Hydro Cannon after one Earthquake if you had 100 energy, and we can now just go for one cross chop because you see how much damage already the water gun does here. They're gonna bait me, it does not matter. We can go for one cross chop here, this cross chop comes through and it's gonna be able to KO the Pelipper. Good game there to my opponent. Next up we're gonna have Registeel against Lucario. This is horrible, of course. We swap immediately into our Golduck as we're gonna get greeted by one Pelipper here. Can we get a shield from one Synchronize? Are they scared of our Synchronize or are they not? They are scared for it. Synchronize is actually an interesting move. Like, I even didn't know before that the Golduck would learn it. I thought it was exclusive towards the Gallade and the Gardevoir, but I was wrong. We can go now for one cross chop here against it still, getting him a little bit lower, and we're gonna try to farm up some energy with our Registeel here, so we're not gonna get hard punished by the incoming Lucario afterwards, but we have to see. We still have to KO this Pelipper, and I think it can get to another Weather Ball just in time. Look how spammy this thing is. Pelipper is amazing in this meta in general, as we have to go for one move, and we're gonna go for... We should win for the Focus Blast, to be honest. That was kind of stupid. I went for this move. It doesn't really make a difference, most likely, but not the smartest idea. Yeah, it definitely doesn't make a difference as we completely get hard-walled here. There was nothing we can do. Our lead got hard-walled. Our backline completely had the worst possible matchups against us. So... yeah, you win some, you lose some. This was just RPS and nothing I can do here anymore. I'm just gonna still shield it because I actually will be able to, I think, KO the Gyarados here, but it doesn't really matter as I don't have enough health. Or like I tried to go put it into a range where I maybe would be able to get to, like I tried to get to 2 more Hydro Cannons there, was my only play because the Dragon Breath does less than a counter, but there was nothing you can do. We see an Escavalier against us, we go straight into our Golduck, we get greeted again by a Pelipper. Pelipper seems to be a lot of times in the back here. There's a very common team right now, which is I think Pelipper and Gyarados in the back, together with the Escav in the lead, which is kind of interesting. I actually kind of want to play my Mantike. I don't know if I want to, like, I have enough XL candy now for my Mantike. I don't think I'm gonna invest into it now for this card, but someday I'm gonna definitely build a Mantike for a video. I only have like just barely enough to build one Mantike to level 50 right now, but I would have a Hundo, which would be cool. But it would be also funny to play in this meta. But I think the Escavalier double water flying teams are also pretty decent. I think that's a very cool combination. The thing is just Jellicent can be a little bit of a nuisance there. Maybe, yeah, I don't know actually. Maybe you rather play the Registeel in lead, but even then it's not really the best. Escav is a really good Pokemon, by the way, in this meta. I think it's the best Pokemon actually in this meta. We see a Berserker against us now. We can go into a Golduck, we can try to pressure him, and we see a Jellicent coming in here. Golduck does definitely always get some kind of hard counters against him. Kind of sad, to be honest. As we're gonna try something crazy here. We're gonna go ahead and shield this move out, which is most likely a Shadow Ball, as expected. And we should be able to get a shield here from this cross chop. But now I'm gonna take a risky guess here. I'm gonna try to farm all the way down after this potential Shadow Ball. It is a Shadow Ball. I try to farm all the way down, but my opponent overfarmed by 1, which I didn't expect. And yeah, they can go for 1 Shadow Ball and KO us. So we are in a horrible position here right now. There's nothing I can do, to be honest. At this point of time, the Berserker should just be able to win against me. I think if I played it correctly and maybe even through the cross chop there, I would have been able to win this game. As you're gonna see in the back, they're gonna have a Pokemon that I might have been able to beat with my own Swampert, because their Pokemon in the back is gonna be a Pokemon that's a little bit familiar. I see them go for close combat. We can go for 1 Focus Blast. And I had to hope that there's something in the back that I can beat with like 1 shot, maybe a Dragon Tail Gyarados, but no. And it was also a Shadow Swampert, which would have died to my Swampert if I had an energy lead for whatever reason, for like against, for example, the Berserker or whatever. I think this was a winnable game if I played it better, but I took the risk and got no reward there because my opponent got to the move faster than I thought. Again, we have Registeel coming in against us. We go immediately into our Swampert and they go for the Zap Cannon, which is a mistake, as Shadow Swampert doesn't care. This Earthquake's still gonna KO you. Bye. And we see the Pelipper coming in here again, and we can go still for 2 Hydro Cannons against this Pokemon, which gonna still put him below half health, I think. And we are looking pretty decent here right now. As this Hydro Cannon comes through, we're gonna put him, yeah, around 1/3 left, and we see their opponent Swampert coming in there, and we can just go for the cross chops, to be honest. Cross chops come through here, gonna get no shield, but I should be able to just double shield here and get my opponent's last shield as well and farm this thing all the way down. They get to it with 1 HP and Dream. That should be an Earthquake, but they go actually for 1 Hydro Cannon. But I can go now for 1 cross chop, get the last shield from my opponent, but they just gonna decide to surrender here anyway. So this is gonna be it for this video. Golduck is actually a cool spicy pick that you might want to try out. Thanks all for watching. See you in the next video. Have a great rest of your day. Bye.